Organic chemistry, a nightmare for a lot of chemistry students. However, in this video, I will show you exactly how you must approach these type of questions. And for that, I have taken a question from one of the past papers, which is October-November 2019, paper 42. And this is IGCSE Chemistry 0620. All right, so let's start this question. Methanol is a member of the homologous series of alcohols. Methanol can be made from methane in a two-step process. Okay, so methanol is an alcohol and methane is an alkane. All right. Step one is methane is reacted with chlorine gas to produce chloromethane. Step two, chloromethane is reacted with sodium hydroxide to produce methanol and one other product. What conditions are needed in step one? Now, whenever you have been given these names of compounds, try to first of all identify the name of homologous series, because definitely you have remembered the equations, the reactions, the what type of reactions take place in each homologous series, whether it is about alkanes or alkenes, right? But when the name of compound comes up, some of the students they just get lost. So what do? I'm going to write here alkane, and alkane is being reacted with chlorine gas. Okay, so clearly now if you remember from your lecture notes, from your theory, you know that alkanes react with chlorine, and this process is called substitution reaction. So now you need to recall that what was the condition that applies to substitution reaction. Okay, so in substitution reactions you need the presence of ultraviolet light. Okay, so you can simply write presence of UV light. That is what's required for this process to take place. Now it says write the chemical equation for the reaction which occurs in step one. Okay, first of all, let's look at the reactants. The reactants are methane and chlorine. So methane is CH4, chlorine is Cl2. Now this is something that is expected from you, what products you must get. However, it has already told you one of the products. So one of the products is chloromethane, where what happens that one hydrogen is being replaced, is being substituted by chlorine, hence the name substitution. Okay, so what happens now? One hydrogen is lost from here, and here we had two chlorine atoms because chlorine is diatomic. So one chlorine bonds with this molecule, another chlorine is going to now bond with this hydrogen. So therefore, my second product is going to be hydrogen chloride. So let me tell you, this is not hydrochloric acid. This is hydrogen chloride gas, right? Hydrochloric acid becomes when you dissolve this gas into water, so then it becomes hydrochloric acid. Then it says state the type of organic reaction occurring in step one. So that's we have already mentioned substitution reaction. Then complete the chemical equation for step two. Now let's read step two one more time. So this chloromethane reacts with sodium hydroxide, so that is NaOH, to produce CH3OH, okay, and one other product. All right. So let's think about it. What happens here that CH3 and CH3 are the same, right? Instead of Cl, this OH has taken its place. In the product, you can see that now we have OH. So OH has kind of substituted Cl. So here we have Cl, and then this Na is also here. So what's going to happen? Both of them are going to combine to give you NaCl. All right. So now this is not a reaction that is part of your syllabus, but this is just some logic that you need to apply. That okay, if OH has taken the place of Cl, so what's left? It is sodium and chlorine. All right. Now it says draw a dot and cross diagram to show the electron arrangement in a molecule of methanol. Show outer shell electrons only. If I draw a displayed formula for methanol, this is methanol, right? CH3OH. So what happens? Here we have one carbon atom, then it is bonded to three hydrogen atoms, then it is bonded to one oxygen, which is bonded to hydrogen atom. So all of these bonds are single covalent bonds. All right. Now, when you see that these are single covalent bonds, that means that each of these bond pairs that you have to show, each of these dot and cross, there must be just one single bond. So there will be only one pair of electrons being shared. So we're going to have dot and cross, dot and cross. So let's say I'm representing carbon with crosses. So this will be cross, this will be dot, and then this will be dot and this will be cross. Okay. All right. So that is how you have to show the electron, the bond pairs. Okay. Then part C, methanol reacts with propanoic acid to form an ester with a molecular formula C4H8O2. Name the ester formed when methanol reacts with propanoic acid. Okay, now there are some rules that you must understand. Whenever you are naming an ester, the part from alcohol comes first in the naming. So this is your alcohol and this is your acid, right? So methanol. So a derivation of this name will be methyl. So from alcohol, you basically get alkyl. Okay. So therefore, from methanol, you will get methyl. Then from propanoic acid, you're going to get propanoate. So this is the rule that you must remember. So let's take another example. If let's say that my alcohol was ethanol and acid was butanoic acid. So what would be the name of an ester that forms from these two reactants? So if you apply the same logic, alcohol becomes alkyl. So ethanol becomes ethyl. Then your acid becomes alkanoate. So basically this becomes butanoate. Okay, just like you also have similar thing when you are naming a salt. So butanoic acid becomes butanoate, and here propanoic acid becomes propanoate. All right, now it says that name one other substance formed when methanol reacts with propanoic acid. So whenever you have esterification, the process of esterification, so another molecule that forms is water. Okay, and I'll show it to you in the next step that why water is being formed. Okay, now it says draw the structure of an atom of an ester which is a structural isomer of the ester named in C1. Show all of the atoms and all of the bonds. Now here you have to show the structure of an ester which is an isomer. For esters, the isomers will be, all we have to do is if I need to find out an isomer of this ester, so I just need to switch them up. What does that mean? I need to use propanol in this case, and instead of methanol, I will be using methanoic acid. Okay, so that would mean this becomes propyl and this becomes methanoate. Okay, so this will be your isomer. That's the only thing you have to do, just switch them up. Okay, and that's it. Now I need to draw the structure of propyl methanoate. Now whenever we are drawing a structure, the structure starts with the acid always. Okay, so let me first draw them separately. This is the structure of methanoic acid, and this is the structure for propanol. Okay, because my reactants are now going to be propanol and methanoic acid. So propanol is CH3, CH2, CH2, and then OH, right? Let me write them up quickly. Okay, now understand what happens. During esterification, from the acid, OH is removed, okay? And from the alcohol, let me write it over here so it's easier to explain. Let's say that OH is being attached over here, okay? It's actually the same thing. So from the alcohol, hydrogen is removed. Now, when these two group of atoms and over here you have this hydrogen atom being removed, they add together. So here you have OH, here you have H, and together they form a water molecule. That's how you get the water molecule during esterification. Okay, now that's one thing, the water molecule is now formed. How do you get an ester? Now let's see, after the removal of these atoms, what's left? So I'm just gonna start drawing my structure. Okay, now after this bond, now there's a break in the bond, right? In both the reactants. So to complete the structure, both of these reactants, oxygen from this side and carbon with this side, they're gonna start bonding together. So now you just have to draw the rest of the red part over here. Okay, now this is the structure of, yeah, of the ester. Okay, so that was required from the question. All right, so I hope that this is clear. let's move to the last part. State the conditions needed to form an ester from a carboxylic acid and an alcohol. Now, there is one condition, okay, that you should know. It is the presence of concentrated sulfuric acid catalyst. Okay, so this is the catalyst that must be present during this reaction. All right, so it is very important that you must first know your lecture notes. You must understand the logic behind these, and once you have actually gone through all your lecture notes, then it is very important that you apply those concepts in these past paper questions. So here I've only given you one example of what a question from an organic chemistry looks like, but organic chemistry is one of the vast chapters in chemistry, so there are many different type of questions. So in my next videos I will be uploading some more type of questions as well, so that you get an idea of how the questions appear. Okay, so if you have any questions, or you want me to make videos on some more topics, then comment below. Okay, and you can also message me for your questions. Take care.